What started out as my first real motorcycle tour quickly became something more. I set out to make a travel film, but somewhere along the road, that changed. See, I've always preferred solitude, but that's the thing about travel, especially in Japan. The people here change you. A conversation at a campsite, an unexpected act of kindness. Strangers who just pull you out of your shell. I've lived in Japan for 26 years, and I thought I knew this country. But this journey showed me how much I still had left to learn. Because, in the end, Project 47 was never really about the roads. It was about the people I met along the way.
We just entered Kagoshima Prefecture. Oh man, this is bloody awesome. Look at this view. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about where we're going, what we're doing. We're here in Kagoshima. So it's the most southerly prefecture of the main islands of Japan. And basically my route is here. We're going to start all the way next to Miyazaki and follow the coast for the most part, down around the lobster claw and up through. Should be a really fun trip. Expect to take about 6 days. Yeah, I just saw a sign that said there's a waterfall up here somewhere. I gotta go find it. This is a good example of a small Japanese village. Super cool. Oh, there's a cemetery. Now, this is technically a road in Japan. Ah, look, there it is. Sweet. That wasn't far. Let's go have a look.
The road peeled out before me as I followed the coastline, weaving through small towns with ocean views, white sanded beaches, more epic waterfalls, amazing rock formations. I don't know how many times I must have said, "Oh my God," but it was a lot. I must have ridden for hours, but it felt like nothing. I was having way too much fun. I'd been playing for hours in these mountain roads, and it was time to make camp. As the sun was getting low, I needed to find a spot. I had one marked on the maps, but I had no idea what it would be like. The spot was perfect. Right next to the water and no one around. I set up the tent and enjoyed the view. What a day. Hey, good morning. Oh, got a decent sleep last night, which is nice, even though it was really windy. The coast road to the south is just a leisurely cruise. But with ocean views to one side and mountains to the other, I was in no rush. After a couple hours, I figured I'd stop and get some lunch before heading towards the volcano.
Nothing like a curry on a long day's ride. Delicious. This is really good.
So you can see behind me up there, that's the volcano. It's just erupted yet again. So we're going to be going up there today. Far out, man. The eruption from Sakurajima meant that I'd have to chill out for a little while, and it would probably eat up some of my riding time today. I figured I'd just take it easy and look for a campsite that was a little bit closer for tonight. After a little while, my batteries were nice and charged. I decided, what the hey, let's hit the road and see what it looks like. Turned out it wasn't so bad. Cruising down along the coast road, I came across Sugahara Shrine. This cool little island shrine is well worth a visit. Just down the road, between Kirishima City and Kagoshima, I saw a sign for another waterfall, and, well, you know what that means. Rumon Falls is a sight to be seen, and a welcome break after a long day on the road. But winter days are short, and the sun was already getting low. It was time to get some supplies and head off to my campsite for the night. Phew. Guys, so we've reached our campsite for night number 2. Did a really quick setup before it got dark, and the GB parked out front here. Again, I won't park her in the tent because I want to use that space to kick back and lie down, do some stretching and stuff like that. Okay, and we are set up. That's all my gear, minus some food, all neatly tucked away. My little red room, little red hotel. Sweet. Hi, good morning, guys. As you can see, got cold last night. I got a little bit of a late start, waiting for that morning cold to burn off as the sun rose. It was time to head towards Kagoshima City. I'm not really much for riding in the city, so maybe I'm just getting too old, but the noise and the traffic always kind of stresses me out. But it was part of the journey, so off I went. As the countryside gave way to the city and the traffic, I thought I'd take a short break and look at Sakurajima from this side of the bay. It was still spewing ash into the sky, yet from this side of the bay, with the morning sunlight, it looked so serene. Like I said, I'm not much for the cities, but Kagoshima is kind of a pretty one. Using the bypass, it took about an hour to get through the city. I was glad to see it in the rearview mirror. It was time to get back on some country roads, feel the bike turning underneath me, and see what I could find. There was a peace museum from World War II I've been meaning to check out for a while. and the road there looked pretty fun. You'll find sort of peace parks like this all around Japan. With Kagoshima, it's particularly potent because Kagoshima Bay was where they practiced and planned the attack on Pearl Harbor. You know, it's what brought America into the war, and you know, it changed the course of history in many ways. The Chiran Peace Museum is built upon the actual airfield where the Japanese Army Special Attack Base was located towards the end of the Pacific War. Built in 1975, the museum commemorates the lives of the pilots and documents their patriotic efforts for peace. While I wasn't permitted to film within the actual museum, as it's more of a mausoleum to the 1,036 pilots who lost their lives, it is well worth taking an hour or two to check out. Inside, amongst other artifacts, you can see the photos of the pilots arranged in the order in which they died. Amongst other recovered aircraft located inside, you can find the iconic Zero. It's impossible to imagine what those young men felt as they climbed into the aircraft, knowing this was a one-way trip. Back on the road, I headed south towards the beautiful and iconic Lake Ikeda. The road peeled out before me through what seemed like endless fields of green tea farms. Finally, Kaimondake, an almost perfectly symmetrical volcano, honed into view, signaling that I wasn't far from the lake. I pulled up at a parkland to enjoy the view for a moment, but I'd heard that just up the road there were some golden torii gates, and I knew with a view like this and those gates must be spectacular. So I decided to head along the road a little further and figure I'd take a break there. The lake and the torii gates were an epic combination. The clouds that had hung so heavy all day long broke, and the beginnings of an amazing sunset formed before me. And then to my surprise, I saw a sign that said camping. Now, I had planned to camp at the ocean that night, but with a view like this, who wouldn't? When I woke up, the clouds had rolled in, and my bike, my tent, everything outside was soaked. Alright guys, this is something you might get a kick out of. I just did the best pack down of my tent I've done to date. I mean, it went perfect, super smooth, great pack down. Got everything locked down, ready to go. Keys are inside the tent. The weather forecast showed a high chance of rain throughout the day, and there wasn't a lot to see along the way. So I decided today would just be about cruising along the southern coast, checking out some of the views and just enjoying the roads. About 20 minutes down the road, the rain got me. Luckily, I saw a convenience store, so I pulled up and grabbed a nice hot cup of coffee and thought I'd just wait it out and see what happened. It didn't last too long. South Coast Road was a mixture of long straights and small windy mountain passes. I took a short break and decided to give the campsite a call. The man told me that the road up to the campsite had been washed out and wouldn't be open again until April. I guess I should have called early to check. With the sun getting low and the temperatures dropping, I figured it'd be a good night to grab a hotel for a change and have a nice hot shower, maybe get some food and a cold beer somewhere. This coast road, these views were spectacular. I could have ridden this for another day or two, died happy. But it was time to make tracks and head towards the nearest city, Satsuma Sendai.
Oh man, we made it. Oh, that expressway run killed me. Oh, it got so cold so quick. But we're here, so let's go get checked in. And now I'm at this cool izakaya here in Satsuma Sendai, and having some chicken wings, some beer. I have these two lovely ladies that are working here that have been really wonderful to talk to. It's weird to be not in the tent. Alright guys, so we're about to hit the road for day number 5. We're leaving Satsuma Sendai and we're going to head up to the samurai village. Yeah, it should be a fun day. It looks like the rain that was forecast is holding off, so we're just going to hit it and see what we come up with.
The ride to the samurai house was pretty uneventful. Fairly flat, straight roads, fair bit of traffic, and a gloomy sky overhead. But I was looking forward to seeing some old houses. I'm a bit of a history buff. But look at that. That's pretty cool. Let's get a quick look. Check it out. The blossoms are getting ready. Old cherry blossoms. I got the old signage. It's pretty cool. And coming through here and to a monument, so I guess this is a little place of prayer. Yeah, a beautiful spot. So this is the real deal, except it looks like it's well, those tarps holding the roof down kind of take away from the beauty of it. But we can go inside here apparently. Let's have a look. There you go. So this is an old school bathroom. It's your bathtub. Very narrow but very deep. You can squat down in there. I'm guessing they didn't used to have running water. And this is an actual toilet, look at that. So this is a Japanese squat toilet, so if you haven't used one of these, you will probably have to at one stage if you visit Japan. So you face that way, squat down. This is your welcome area. Don't see anyone around, so just have a look through. So yeah, see the full open roofs like that. So a lot of times, traditionally that you would cook in a spot like this. So you would have your fire here and cook through here, and that basically would funnel the smoke up into the top where it could get out and keep the heat in. If you're a first time visitor to Japan as well, there is an etiquette with your shoes. So your feet shouldn't touch the ground, right? So you have your little step. So you turn, you get back to the step. Remove your shoe and step up. Remove your shoe, step up. And as a sign of courtesy, you should always place your shoes nice and neat, facing out and not in anyone's way. Then you can enter. So yeah, all these houses were all sectional. So you could close down any particular room for privacy, but also for heat in winter and things like that. As you can see, lots of gaps and stuff, but it's all made with joints. I don't know how well this is showing up in the dark, but it's all made with joints. Ah, sumimasen, konnichiwa, ojamashimashima. So we have here is a much lower beamed roof. It's much lower. I mean, I'm only 5'10". Arigatou gozaimasu. Yeah, I'm only 5'10", and I can just clear it. So if you're a taller person, you would have had some issues. A few moments later, a tour bus arrived, which pretty much put an end to my filming. I was fine though. I'd seen everything I wanted to see. It was now time to get back on the road and head up to this cool lake I'd seen on the maps. A volcanic crater lake known as Imuta Pond was well worth visiting. I'd really wanted to see these bald cypress trees that grew out of the water here. They look so unique, and I wanted to photograph them. The pond is surrounded by a ring road, which, while I was riding it, I kept thinking would make an excellent racetrack. I wonder if anyone else has thought of that. My next waypoint was my campsite, but looking at the maps, I could see there was a whole bunch of cool roads along the way. So rather than pore over the map and try to find places to go, I figured I'd just ride the road and see what caught my eye. Oh, that was kind of nice. Nice little detour to find. It was a cool little shrine. But I just realized I haven't eaten anything today, and I suddenly got this craving for ramen. And you know how it is, like once you get that craving, then you go from like not even realizing you're hungry to just being like all you can think about is that food. Well, that's what I'm going through right now. I'm like, my mouth is salivating while I'm riding down the road, thinking about ramen. I'm checking every shop. Is that ramen? Is that a ramen? So far I haven't found one, but I think there'll be one further up the road. We're getting a little bit more into some bigger towns, so I'm gonna stop and get a ramen for sure today, and then off to the campsite. Yes. And this looks like a decent ramen, so I got a miso chowshu.
So miso base with extra pork. Oh, get my jacket off. So hungry, man. I'm so hungry. I'm starting to get angry off the road. This whole bowl of ramen here for 670 yen. Itadakimasu. So far, so good. Now, in Japan, it's totally acceptable to slurp your ramen noodles. In fact, it's encouraged. I'm not going to make you watch me eat the whole thing, so I'll see you on the road when we hit the campsite.
The ramen had hit the spot. Now with a full belly and the sun going down, to be honest, I was getting kinda hazy. I'd already made a few wrong turns and looking for the campsite, and I was starting to get a little frustrated. All I wanted to do right now was set up the camp, crack a beer, and get a good night's sleep. That's when fatigue won.
All right. Well, you gotta drop it sometime. Oh, there she is. Beautiful. Some farmland up the top there. Spin around. And there's the ocean. Can't complain about that. It's time to set up my sleeping arrangement and relax. It's been a hell of a day. I can't believe I fell over on the bike. I just broke like a 20-something year streak. Enjoy my view. Sun's setting over that way, so it won't be a sunset, but it'll be a nice sunrise. And then tomorrow, I think, we're going to go ride that island over there. You can sort of see it stretching out there. That's Kagoshima. I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to go ride that tomorrow. Should be pretty cool. Anyway, guys. Cheers. Have a good night. I'll see you in the morning.
Morning, guys. As you can see, it's cold. It's windy. Oh man, I've been checking the weather forecast, worried about rain for the for the trip. I forgot to check the wind, and today it says it's going to be gusting at around 60 kilometers an hour winds, which kind of sucks, but it's all good. We're going to get out and ride Nagashima. I might not be able to put the drone up like I'd hoped, but yeah, I mean, it should be a nice sort of sunny day, so can't complain about that. Ooh. Time to wake up properly and pack everything up, hit the road. Day 6, yeah.
Hey baby, let's get you out into the world. Yosha. Nice. Time to get packed up. Okay, all packed. Sun's just creeping over the hill. Alright, let's hit it. Yoo-hoo! Day 6, baby.
The wind was brutal, and it was a total crosswind. With all the weight on the back of the bike, the front end was floating like crazy. Now I was riding along the southern coast of Nagoshima. I was protected from the wind. I could barely feel it. My first stop was a lighthouse that I'd seen on Google Maps. It looked quite cool. The lighthouse was awesome, but the toilet was closed and I really needed to take a piss. I had way too much coffee this morning. As luck would have it, I heard that there was a toilet on this island that was perhaps one of the best public toilets in the world. This I had to see. And like I said, I needed to take a piss. So, this is a big crest on a hill with a beautiful view. But apparently, the toilet is what is the coolest thing about this place. So, we'll go into the men's side here. And where else do you find a bathroom with a view like that? You can even sit down and read the newspaper and enjoy such a view. I love it. This is so cool. Anyway, it's perfect. I gotta take a piss. I won't show you that though. Nagoshima was so beautiful. I could have easily spent a few more hours here, but I wanted to get home today, and there were still so many places to see on the way. Needed to make tracks. Crossing that bridge was hell. I had to put all my weight forward to stop the front end from slipping out. While filling up at the gas station, I ran into another rider who told me about a very cool soba restaurant you had to ride up a mountain pass to get to. It was getting close to lunch, and I figured that sounded like just the ticket. The road up was really cool, but the restaurant was amazing. The soba house was probably the most authentic Japanese restaurant I've ever been to. The food was exceptional, the staff amazing, and the location, oh my god. There was even an art gallery that was free to walk around. Apparently in the summer months, the whole area is a hydrangea garden. It must feel otherworldly with all the flowers in bloom. With my stomach full, it was time to hit the road. There were still so many things to see. I rode on for a couple more hours until I saw a sign that said Sogi Falls. I had to check that out. I was so glad I did. Sogi Falls is called the Niagara of Japan. It doesn't feel like Japan. It feels like you're in Africa or somewhere wild like South America. I was nearing the end of the journey. Just a couple more stops and then the ride home. My next destination was another waterfall. This one was a little more unique in its own right, as the water that flowed over it was onsen water or hot spring water, which meant that even in the dead of winter, the water would still be warm. I had one final stop to make. A simple shrine located within a large cave. The shrine was located right on the border between Kagoshima Prefecture and my home of Miyazaki. Mizunokuchi is spectacular. The large opening of the cave allows you to look back and see the beautiful red torii gates nestled within the forest. The shrine is dedicated to a goddess of mercy. You can explore deep within the cave, which has a depth of over 200 meters. It's been a hell of a trip. That's what a place to end it on, huh? Just absolutely beautiful. Heading out on a multiple-day motorcycle camping trip in February in Japan might seem like lunacy to most people, especially on a naked 350cc Honda. But I couldn't wait if I wanted to complete my mission of riding all 47 prefectures of Japan. Miyazaki is my home prefecture, and while it's pretty far south, it still gets really cold. I rugged up with all the best gear I could find and hit the road, kicking off from Aoshima, where I live, and heading north. The plan? Well, just explore, check out everything I could find, all the places I wanted to see. Some I've visited before, others I've never had a chance to. It was going to be cold, it was going to be lonely, but it was going to be awesome. I could feel it in my bones. As cold as it was, that morning's sunlight felt great as I walked through these beautiful vermilion gates leading to this small shrine at the end. So peaceful. From there, you enter the main part of the shrine, walking along this long, straight pathway that leads up to the main hall. You can stop along the way and feed some koi fish, and just enjoy the serenity that this shrine has to offer. It's truly unique in Japan. It was such a trip to walk through this beautiful shrine and see pretty much no one around, right here in the middle of the city. Oh, these statues are wild. I strolled along this forest path until I found these old houses. Super cool. Alright, that was beautiful. What a gorgeous place. Time to get on the bike though. Cruise up the coast. I decided to hit the road and head north. The road between Miyazaki City and the northern city of Hyuga is not overly exciting, and the weather forecast called for an intensifying of the winds throughout the afternoon. I figured I'd just make tracks and head north to avoid the wind before it got too strong, maybe get to my campsite a little early. riding north through the small coastal towns, I saw a sign for Yatogi Falls. I hadn't been there before, and, well, I can't go past a waterfall. You probably know that by now.
All right, let's check it out.
It's straight down.
Well, that was pretty cool. It was a bit of a hike in. It's not overly hard, but it wasn't super easy either, especially when I'm wearing riding boots. Hiking boots would have been nice for that. But epic waterfall, man. That thing's huge. And it's really pumping today. That was really cool. I'm glad I stopped for that. All right, let's hit the road. I was getting kind of hungry, and I heard about this place up the coast called Kanegahama Shokudo. Apparently the food was epic, and the view equally so.
Hey, look at that. Beautiful.
Okay, so found a nice restaurant. We're gonna have the local delicacy, which is called chicken namba, which is the deep fried chicken over rice with tate sauce and a special sweet kind of soy sauce. Wow, maso. Saigo. Day one's going real good so far. All right, let's dig in. So this is chicken namba. Yeah, that is excellent.
All right, so I think what we're going to do now is we're going to head up to the campsite. The wind's insane today, so I may head to the campsite a little earlier. Just kick back and have a rest. I think it's going to be a lot better tomorrow, wind-wise anyway. Weather's meant to be pretty good all week, so we got lots of time. It should be fun. Let's go.
I'd found a free campsite that was nestled up in the mountains. The good news was it kept me out of the wind on the ride up through the valley. The bad news was the temperature was plummeting. It was getting super cold, even with the sun on me. At this point, all I wanted to do was set up camp and get warm, eat some food, and rest up. Tomorrow was going to be a huge day. There's so much more to see. The wind is howling, but it's protected down here a little bit, so should be good. Just decided to get here early, get set up, and get some rest in. It was a long day in that wind, I'll tell you what. But we're here now, so let's get it set up. The wind continued to intensify, just casting all kinds of branches and debris at my tent. So exhausted and reluctantly, I moved my tent to another spot. A little more exposed, but not getting hit by debris. And then, just like that, it stopped. Hey, morning guys. It was an interesting night. But it got cold last night. The forecast said -4 degrees Celsius. My little thermometer told me it got down to -6. And as you can see, my poor baby, I wasn't able to put her in the tent because they had a rule against putting vehicles on the grass, but she got frosted up. Look at that. Oh no. Poor baby. But I got a great night's sleep. That was so good. I was super warm inside my tent. So that was fun. So the plan today is we're going to wait till all this sun comes up and all this frost can burn off, and then we're going to head up to a place called Takachiho. But yeah, it's time for some coffee. And then into day 2. Yeah, baby. Woo. It's going to be a good one. It's so cold. Riding into Takachiho is a slice of heaven. Even in winter when all the rice fields are brown, crisscrossing over bridges and just views on either side, it's totally breathtaking. The main town has become quite a bit of a tourist hub, but there's still plenty to see and do there where you can find a little bit of peace to yourself. Takachiho is one of Japan's most spiritual towns, the birthplace of many of its origin stories. It's also famous for a unique traditional dance called kagura, a slow, elegant performance to the sound of shamisen and taiko drums. Alright, so we got a rice burger. Looks pretty good. And nice coffee. Takachiho was beautiful, but overrun with tourists. I needed to go find some wide open spaces, some room to breathe. I spotted a waterfall a little further down in the mountain range to the south. It looked like it might be a nice place to enjoy nature and a little solitude. Unoko Falls was breathtaking. The path to the bottom was closed, but from this viewpoint, I decided just to relax and enjoy it. I tried to call my campsite, but no answer yet again. It was starting to get cold, the wind was kicking up, and I wasn't sure where I was going to sleep tonight. I figured I'd just hit the road and head towards my destination for tomorrow and hopefully find somewhere on the way. As I left the waterfall, I knew I was in for a bit of a ride. I had to cross a mountain pass in order to get anywhere near a place that looked like I could camp. Something I hadn't planned on. I had approximately 1 hour, maybe 2, of daylight left, and Google Maps was telling me that the nearest possible campsite was 3 hours away. I had to make tracks. I had to push on. As I rode up the mountain pass, I started to see snow built up on the sides of the road, which is never a good sign. Oh man, this is super sketchy. Around every blind corner I expected to find ice, and on some of them I did. My hands were frozen. I could barely feel the brake or the throttle, but I had no time to stop and warm up. I had to push through. Finally, the road leveled out and began to descend down the other side of the mountain. But I was frozen solid. My teeth were chattering and my whole body was shivering. I pushed forward. As I reached the bottom of the mountain, I was met with a new challenge. A narrow, winding, unkept road that twisted along the riverbank through a ravine. Normally this would be a playground, but the sun was long gone and I was cold. The sun had gotten so low that it wasn't getting in here. I knew that once dark fell, this road would turn into ice. I had to make it out. I needed to find somewhere to make camp. I needed to sleep. I was spent. Just when I thought I couldn't take much more of this, the road opened up and the sun broke through. I'd made it. Now I just needed to find a campsite. Alright guys, day 2 is a wrap. Found a campsite. Well, technically it's a little stealth camp tonight down by a little park, so hopefully no one comes and bothers me. It's pretty much in the middle of nowhere, so it should be okay. Got my baby inside the tent tonight. I don't want to have to defrost it again tomorrow. There's ground I've camped on. It was just like there's so much gravel underneath the grass here that I broke a tent peg trying to put it in there. So luckily I got spares. But we're here.
And I'm hanging for spring. I'll tell you what, it'd be nice enough to put all this shit on. But better than not having the right gear, so no complaints. Wow, that was just a little complaint just there, so I guess I have some complaints.
For the first time since leaving home, I started the day feeling warm. The road peeled out before me, a perfect blend of wide-open sweeping corners, bridge crossings, and small technical stretches. It was so devoid of other traffic, I almost began to feel lonely. Miyazaki is such a rider's paradise. It doesn't have a lot of attractions outside of shrines, historical sites, and nature, but the roads are just amazing. Funny, just yesterday, this road would have been torture, and now, basking in the sun and the warmth, I was in heaven. The forest gave way to farming fields and small towns as I made it to my first stop, the beautiful Aya Castle. Wow, that was pretty cool. So far, that may be one of my favorite castles. But, yeah, I liked how it was all wood. It was really cool. It didn't have, normally they put like the rendering on the walls, make them all white. Yeah, I just liked it. It looked so much more built, hand-built. Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. But it is time to get back on the road and head to our next destination. It's a little town called Obi. Every now and then, you get to ride a road that just stays with you. The road to Obi was one of those roads. The Obi Castle ruins are quite an impressive place to visit. While the castle is long gone, the walls and gardens still stand. The castle is the domain of the Ito family. And at the top of the hill you can find the Lord's residence, a spacious Japanese house filled with a maze of rooms. The Ito family ruled this region for 280 years, finally being forced out during the Meiji Restoration. There are many places to visit here, and honestly, you could spend hours walking around enjoying the historical artifacts. And this was a toilet. Probably pretty hard to see. Alright, how's that? 2 castles in one day. That's pretty awesome. Alright, it's time to hit the road again. We got a bit of a ride through the mountains, and then we're going to get to our campsite. Try to get there a bit earlier and have a nice relax, enjoy the sunset. Let's get the road. Yep! I made my way south. The weather was warm, the sun was shining, and I was stoked. I'd found a campsite located right on the most southern tip of Miyazaki Prefecture. It was a crazy, unique looking place as it was located within a national park designated for the wild horses of Toimisaki. Perched on a cliff with a lighthouse and perfect ocean views, I couldn't wait to check it out.
we made it. Home sweet home for the night.
Okay, so it's pretty windy. We're really exposed, but we got the tent set up. It shouldn't go anywhere. It's time for a beer.
A little fire, a little food, a little beer. Almost time for bed. Perfect end to a perfect day.
It had been a crazy windy night. I stayed up for a few hours chatting with the owner, Hiro-san. Such an awesome dude. But the morning blessed me with stillness and a serene sunrise. I decided to take it a little easy this morning. I was in no rush. I figured I'd make some coffee and go check out the horses on the hill. The Misaki horses, one of the 8 native breeds of horse in Japan, are quite unique. Small in stature, at only around about 130 centimeters at the withers, they almost look like ponies from a distance. Their heads seeming somewhat too large for their bodies. These horses were once critically endangered, but thanks to the efforts of the people of Toimisaki, their numbers are now growing. Hiro and I spent a few hours chatting in the morning over coffee. One of the best things about road trips is making new friends, and I feel like I made a great one here. If you're coming to the area, I can't recommend camping Toi enough. Such a cool spot. But it was time to hit the road and head north. The sun was shining, and one of my favorite roads was waiting. The Nichinan coastline. Alright, so here we are at Kojima. This is a pretty famous spot for monkeys. They have a statue. It's kind of cool. This guy's got some balls on him now, look at that. But yeah, so apparently this is where they scientists first saw monkeys dipping their, I think it was sweet potato, into the ocean, add salt to it, that flavor. So it's like a sign of higher learning that they were cooking, essentially. It was kind of a cool spot for that. short way up the coastline, in a small beach town known as Umegahama, is a very cool shrine. Inari Shrine is located deep within a cave, right by the ocean. I love this little shrine. I visit every chance I get. The Nichinan Coast Road is a rider's paradise. This stretch of road just tears along the coastline with perfect ocean views to one side and mountains to the other. With almost no stoplights or traffic signs, you can really cruise this road and get into the zone. We had one more stop to make on this trip through Miyazaki, but I was hungry and it was time for lunch, so I figured it would be a good chance to stop in at Route 220 Cafe, a hub for riders from all around Japan. This is an epic amount of food. I wasn't expecting such a big plate. But last meal of the trip, so let's dig in. Itadakimasu. Alright, that's good. It's very good. Lunch had been epic. I was so full I didn't know if I could continue riding. But it was just a short hop up the road to Aoshima, my final destination. Aoshima Island is beautiful, surrounded by a unique washboard rock formation, giving it its distinctive look at low tide. The center of the island is home to a very unique shrine. Nestled within the forest and palm trees. The shrine is dedicated to lovers, and as such, many young couples come here for a blessing for their future happiness.
Right, look at my bike. Look at this. It's frozen. So once all that burns off, we're gonna jump on the road, head into Kumamoto. Now, this is one of the cooler prefectures in this area because it's got Japan's largest active volcano. It's got all these waterfalls. There's islands that chain off from the side of it, which we're going to be able to ride across bridges to get to. There's so much cool stuff to see here in Kumamoto. I can't wait to show you all. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's go. Got mountain views, smooth road, plenty of corners. This will wake you up in the morning.
2 prefectures down, 45 to go. I'm on this mission to ride my motorcycle through all 47 prefectures of Japan. Honestly, it's been incredible so far, but nothing could have prepared me for this. The road down the mountain, filled with switchbacks and long sweeping corners, was pure heaven. As the alpine mountain views gave way to dense bamboo forests, I began to notice more and more sakura trees in full bloom. Then, I saw a cool-looking park, absolutely filled with cherry blossoms. I had to stop and take a look.
What a beautiful place, huh? Looks like we got a few hours to cover to get up to Aso. It's about 2.5, 3 hours, so we should get up there. Be able to ride around before it gets dark. Look at this. So beautiful. Welcome to Kumamoto, folks.
As I kicked onto Route 445, the road opened up, lined with cherry blossoms and beautiful forest roads, and carving through small towns. But then, the route turned into one of the most technical mountain roads I've ridden in Japan so far. It was fun as hell, scary, and intense. I was in heaven. This was day one in Kumamoto. I couldn't believe it. So awesome. This was only the third prefecture of Japan. I still had 44 more to go. If it was going to be like this the whole way, I was excited. Oh man, that road was something else. I need a hot coffee break. Can't wait to see what else we find. Konnichiwa.
So, about another hour to go. We'll hit our first destination for today. Wow. Cherry blossoms were the first destination. And the ride itself has been the journey.
I rode on for another hour and a half or so, just cruising along nice winding roads. With spring in the air, there are other riders out everywhere. Everyone seemed so stoked and happy to share a wave. The wave pool was getting full. One of my neighbors had grown up in this area and told me about a cool spring that she and her family used to go and play in as kids. I figured I'd go there and check it out. It sounded like a pretty cool place.
So that's our destination up there for tonight, somewhere in that. But first we're going to go check out this spring that my friend Mayumi told me about.
This place is so beautiful. Really, really beautiful and unexpected. That's so cool.
Look at the size of this thing. That's as tall as I am. You could buy like 2 old houses in Japan for the price of that thing. That's nuts.
update on what we're going to do. The wind is kicking up really strong, and I don't think I'm going to find anywhere up top of the volcano tonight. I haven't got that much longer to go with daylight, so I found a cool campsite not too far from here. We're going to go there, pitch up for the night.
Before heading to the campsite, I couldn't resist but put the drone up and get some footage of Aso. The afternoon light was beautiful.
Konnichiwa. Adam です。
かっこいいですね。
ありがとうございます。What a cool spot. すみません、お名前は聞いていいですか？
荒木と申します。
荒垣さん。
荒木です。
荒木。
勤む荒木。
ああ、かっこいいです。すみません、はじめまして。今日ありがとうございます。なんか突然で助かりました。
全然ハンドメイドのですね、手作りのもう自分で作って。
あ、そう。
はい。もともと仕事はビジネスマンというか会社員だった。
あ、そう。もうそれライフスタイルの方で行っちゃったんですか？
そうですね。自分今58。
見えないです。
58歳なんですけど。
すごい。
3年前に早めにちょっと退職して。
はい。
でこういうのをやりたいなと。妻が病気してて。はい。ちょっと残りが短いかな。もうそれで一緒にいる時間を過ごしたくて3年前にもう思い切って辞めたんです。
いいこと。
ちょっともうそっちが優先で。
了解です。
もう残念ながら去年一昨年の秋に。
すいません。
亡くな今もう全然もう亡くなっちゃった。でもいい時間を過ごせた。
それが大事ですね。
後悔はしてないです。全く。
うちの妻もちょっとがんがあって、でも2人もその時もじゃあライフスタイル優先しましょうって、だから同じ考え方でもう大事の時間がいっぱい作りましょうって。
もう自分もそうです。
そうですね。
もうそのために会社に潰されたくないって思って。
そうですね。
もう自分のライフスタイルと家内との一緒の時間をもうとにかくもう24時間ずっと一緒にいたっていう状態ですね。
いいことですね。A lovely man. It's a sad story, but a lovely man. Okay, so we got the camp set up, and the owner Araki-san just came over and gave me this. And I met my neighbor, who's over there, and we're gonna have a beer tonight, so it should be fun. So I figured out what this is. It's a musical instrument. Now I'm gonna try to play it. Don't expect much. I think I got a lot to learn. すみません、お邪魔していいですか？いい感じの日ですね。平田さん、乾杯。
YouTube やってますので、たまに見てください。
ぜひぜひ、リンクお願いします。気持ちいい。どうだった？そう。
今はね、野焼きで真っ黒。
もう真っ黒？残念。
そうですよ。バイクでのキャンプっていうのはですね、割とお金使いますよね。
そうですね。
キャンプもね、割とお金使いますよね。
そうですね。
無料のキャンプ場というのがいっぱいあればいいんですけど、日本はなかなかないですからね。
ね、なんか昔でライダーズカビンとかいっぱいあったんだけど、無料やつで、どんどんなんかお金かかるかなくなってるとかね。
Hirata-san and I spent a few more hours laughing, joking, and telling stories. He's a very interesting man. But sleep was kicking my ass, and it was time for bed. So I said my goodnights and made my way back to my tent. Day one had been epic.
Leaving the camp, had a great night's sleep, met some really nice people, and now we're going to head off and try to get a coffee. ありがとうございます。またどこではい、気をつけます。気をつけてください。ありがとうございます。
Mega latte.
Alright, let's do it, guys. We got some cherry blossoms, we got a volcano, got the GB. Fuck, it's gonna be an awesome day.
I was trying not to let the weather put a dampener on my spirits. Sure, the forecast called for rain here on the south of Aso, but to the north it looked like it might get better. And here I was, riding up this volcano, these beautiful roads, no one around. It was kind of ominous, really. It was very cool. Today was going to be an epic day. I could feel it.
Heaven, absolute heaven. Oh, look at that view. That's gorgeous. Wow, this is wild, man. Holy surreal. Yesterday when I stuck the drone up, the sun was out, it was beautiful, blue sky in the back. Now we got this hazed out gray, but it's still like, it's almost more interesting now, it's more ominous. The fact that there's no one else around is making it even more ominous. And awesome. Oh, this is cool as hell. I love it. Just off there, that's the actual main part of the volcano where it, that's where it's, the crater is. Do not enter. Oh no, can't go in. Ah. Okay, it must be venting too much. Alright, cool, we're gonna pull up over here and take a look.
Access to the crater was closed due to an excessive amount of gas venting. At this altitude, the temperatures had dropped quite dramatically and it was pretty cold. I decided I'd check out the local shrine before heading further north and checking out a view from across the valley. This whole region had a ring of mountains, and that means one thing: some epic mountain roads. Yeah, let's go.
You can actually take a horse ride here. They got the horses. Hey, horsies. Hey, buddy. What a beautiful horse. What incredible views. Oh, just epic looking road. Mountains. I gotta like stop looking up at the mountains. Start paying attention to these awesome roads. Oh, a little trail break there.
The road was spectacular, like a serpent tearing through this tortured landscape. Around every corner was another epic view. I was in heaven.
There's a really cool kind of perfectly kind of symmetrical little volcano there. See that? That's epic. But that thing is super cool. Oh, I can actually see a little bit of sun coming through. The weather might clear up. Look at these views. Already just such an awesome day, just because the roads are so good. I think this view of Kumamoto would just be me riding these roads and fucking stoking out. Yoo-hoo!
After another hour riding spectacular roads, I made it to my next waypoint, Daikambo Lookout, and man was it worth it.
Look at that.
So that's where we just came from. We rode from that mountain over there. We're over the back side of that mountain. Now we're over on this side. We're gonna continue off the north of this and head up to a place called Nabegataki.
As I left Daikonbo, something wonderful happened. The sky turned blue.
Oh, looks like it's got a few people here.
Sunny days. Oh man, that is beautiful. So I don't know how much my voice is getting fixed up with all that noise in the background, but you spin around this way. This cave here is actually the magma that flowed and stopped and caused this waterfall.
All right, that was cool. But time to hit the road. Let's go.
I decided to head to Kumamoto City and grab a hotel for the night. Maybe go out and get some good food and a few beers. The rain was forecast to come in pretty heavy around sunset.
There you go, guys. GV 350S. It's faster than a McLaren. It's so strange how the countryside can be so insanely beautiful and diverse, and then the city could just look like this.
All right, so we are in Kumamoto City. Got a nice hotel by the castle, which I'm gonna go check out in the morning. It was raining pretty good just before, and it's stopped now, so I'm gonna head off to izakaya. Hopefully get some food and a beer. Should be fun. I'll see you in there. Okay, so we're down here at an izakaya, and this place specializes in horse meat. Oh, looks delicious. Alright, you see that? Horse meat with raw egg. That's good. The horse pizza. They always told me it's delicious. Very nice. Holy shit, dude. That is so good. Yeah, oh, yeah, so shit. Man, the stuff here are awesome. Alright, so what we have here is raw horse meat. Look how red that is. It's like no fat on it. Yeah, bye. Everything's good. The staff are incredible. How cute is she? Fantastic. And the food's just incredible. So that's the thing I love about when you travel, is you just walk around and find places that are cool. And this is definitely one of the cool spots.
This is wild, man. Just going to check out a castle, and it feels like I'm getting ready to go on a Disneyland ride or something. All these people. That's cool.
Whoa! がお待たせいたした。足元十分気をつけてお進みください。楽しんで。
From the outside, Kumamoto Castle is impressive as hell. But inside, it was just a modern museum. Not what I was expecting. Still cool though.
Alright, man, it feels good to be back on the road again. Oh, look at this thing. This looks cool. That's wild. What a face on this dude.
Ryogondo Cave is breathtaking. The site was made famous when the great swordsman and philosopher Musashi Miyamoto came here in 1642. He spent nearly a year here meditating and writing the Book of Five Rings. He died shortly after. The statues you see lining the cliffs were dedicated to Musashi and took 24 years to construct. I can't lie, I think this may be the coolest shrine I've ever been to. This one's blown me away. Just look at this place. It's so simple. It's so unique. This is incredible. I'm glad I came here. I mean, Kumamoto just doesn't disappoint. Snoopy, hello! Koko, hajimete?
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. Koko, hajimete, first time?
Yes.
It's very cool. Bye bye. Kawaii. Kawaii. Bye bye. Iいい笑顔です。
Have a nice day.
You too. Have a nice day. Nice to meet you. When I got back to the bike, I met another rider. We chatted for a while and shared stories of the road. The best thing about travel is not the places you go, but the people you meet along the way. I still had a long way to go to get to the Amakusa Islands and to the free campsite I had pinned on my maps. It didn't look like there was a lot to see along the way, so I figured I'd just get into cruise mode and enjoy the coastal ride. I couldn't wait to ride over some of the bridges that join the islands together. After a couple of hours in the saddle, and God knows how many epic bridge crossings, I came across a cool-looking little shrine, just nestled in the water at the side of the road. It was the perfect spot to take a break and rest a little bit.
Oh, it says we're here. How is it? Is there camping spaces available? Yeah, I see plenty of camping spots available. Oh, I reckon by that statue over there, that's me. I park my bike right up next to the statue here. Woo-hoo-hoo! All right, look at this place. Sweet. All right.
Almost beer time. So I just met a really nice lady with her son and their dog, and they're having a barbecue and camping just over the way, and they invited me to come have a beer. So we're going to go over there and say good day to them and maybe share some food and a few stories. Should be fun. This place is so cool. Japan is so cool. I love Japan. Japanese people are so cool.
じゃあ、はい。あ、ちいちゃんはファンタ。はい、じゃあ乾杯しましょう。はい。乾杯。
乾杯。ありがとう。
こちらこそありがとうございます。
千尋。
ありがとう。
棒持ってきたよ。
こっちもあります。みんなあります。これ明日とか。あそこバイクだからあんま乗らない地味で。
キャンプする前になんかちょっとスーパーとかなんか買いそういうの今日はなんかつけなかった。
Hey, good morning. How's it going? About 6 a.m. here right now, and it's absolutely spectacular. Check out the sunrise. And today I'm going to head off and ride that way out over the islands in the distance.
While I sat there enjoying the morning sunlight waiting for my kettle to boil, I thought about what I wanted to do today. There wasn't a lot to see and do in Amakusa, so I decided to set myself a challenge. Today, I was going to find some ramen. I'd been thinking about it for a few days and hadn't really come across anywhere. But I didn't want to just go to Google Maps. I thought it'd be more fun to try to find a place, maybe ask some people for their favorite spot. Yeah, no maps. Right at that moment, Chihiro came over to ask me if I wanted to go check out some fish and maybe go to the local shop together. I could never say no to that kid.
おはようございます。今どっちが食べたい？これね。OK。
いります。はい、ありがとうございます。ありがとうございます。
それを持って。
はい、ありがとうございます。ありがとう。
ありがとう。いい一日ように。
Tearing through these mountain roads and bouncing back and forth between the forests and the coast was amazing. But there wasn't a ramen shop to be found anywhere, and I was getting pretty hungry. I'd read about an old church here in Amakusa that was well worth visiting, so I figured I would just head there and see if I could find ramen on the way. The Oye Cathedral, or Oye Tenshudo, is one of the first churches built after a 250-year ban on Christianity, which was lifted in 1873. The present building with its Romanesque-style architecture was completed in 1933 by Father Luis Gania, using his own money plus contributions from local Christians. Originally from the south of France, he spent 50 years in Amakusa after being appointed as the chief priest in 1892. He lived the same life as the villagers, impoverished, and he preached in the Amakusa dialect. He died here without ever returning to his homeland.
Yeah, that was a wild feeling, man. Like walking in there, there's no one there, so I kind of felt like I was trespassing in someone's house or something.
The church was cool, and the island was exceptional to ride, but I was on a mission. I needed to find ramen. I was hungry.
Hey, すみません。なんか今、今日ラーメンが探したんだけど、チャンパンですね。チャンパンですね。あ、すみません。ありがとうございます。
どこからですか？
宮崎に住んでるけど、今、熊本住んでて、なんか旅中が4日目。
4日目、熊本4日目。
そう。ちょっと聞いていいですか？はい。この辺で、なんか、ラーメン屋さん
ラーメンはないな。ちょっと、そこのラーメンの方が私は美味しいですけどね。
なんて言うんだっけ？もう一回で。
み太郎。
み太郎。
ちょっと。
み太郎。オッケー。み太郎ラーメン。ありがとうございます。気持ちいいですよ。どうぞ。
The lady at the service station was awesome. She told me about her favorite ramen place in Amakusa City. I had a target now. It was go time.
I'm guessing that this is maybe Amakusa City? No, this is Hondo. Okay.
As the city gave way to more and more countryside, I began to get worried. I'd just ridden through Hondo, but where was Amakusa? Surely it wouldn't be too much further.
Oh man. I just realized the town I thought was called Hondo was Amakusa. And I went past it. I was on cruise mode. That's where the ramen place was. It's like 30 minutes back down the road. Guess I'm gonna go 30 minutes back down the road. Alright. I want to eat ramen. I'm doing it.
I will not fail in my mission. But one cool thing about coming here and stopping was that I noticed there's a campsite just over there. So I'm going to swing over real quick, and I see someone there. There was no one answering the phone, but I see someone doing something over there now. So I'm going to go over and see if it's available to camp here tonight, because this would be an epic spot. Sumimasen. これ、キャンプ場の人ですか？すみません。先ほど電話しましたんですけども、いえ、全然、なんかあっちから見たんで、もしかしてかなと思ったね。今日は、泊まれる？今日の目標はラーメンとそこでキャンプしようかなと思ったんで。
ラーメンは好きですか？
大好きです。
じゃあ、一便だな。
すみません。ありがとうございます。よろしくお願いします。
New change of plan for today. We are going to head back into the city, which I rode past like an idiot. And we're gonna find that ramen, or we're gonna find our ramen. I don't give a shit at this point. Then set up camp, enjoy the sunset, and have a barbecue. All right,
on a mission. It's gonna be good. Let's do it. Yoo-hoo-hoo. All right. So that's the town. So somewhere in there is a delicious, or not delicious, but ramen place. Does it say ramen next door? No, it's a cake shop. It's got to be on this road. I'm gonna go left. Oh, I'm excited. I think I found it. I think I found it. Oh, it's exciting. Where are you, ramen? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I don't see it. No. No. Where? Where? I don't see it. Did I miss it? I don't see it. That's not it. No. Oh, it's not this spot. Ah. Oh, what to do? I'm gonna get so turned around I'll end up somewhere else other than where I want to be. Oh, what? Yes, oh yes, ramen, found a ramen shop. I found it. Yeah, baby, that's it. It's there. Woo. Yeah. Oh, please be open. Is it open? Ah, screw it. I'm gonna go check. It's gotta be open.
空いてますか？ラーメン。
ラーメン食べる？
うん、ラーメンが食べたい。
時間やけどいいよ。
あ、本当？
うん。
助かります。なんかずっと今日一日探したラーメンが。ああ、いい。ありがとうございます。本当に。So it's actually closed, but he's gonna make me some ramen. How cool is that? お名前は何ですか？
お名前？
はい。
僕？
はい。
白川。
白川さん。
うん。
ありがとうございます。
いえ、なんの。
ラーメンだったらおすすめは何ですか？
ラーメンだったらね、おすすめはね、いろいろ好き好きやけどね、チャーハンとのセットとかがあるんよ。
あ、そう。
半チャーハンセットとかが。
あ、それいい感じで。OK。じゃあ、お任せします。
それ食べる？お腹空いてる？
お腹空いてる。今日何も食べてない。
だからチャーハンも入るかな。
あ、
チャーハンとのラーメンのセットが結構。はい。
ありがとうございます。
お待たせしました。
あ、美味しそう。
いっぱいでもいろいろあるじゃん、ラーメンもね、宮崎もいっぱいあるでしょ。
うまい。
いえいえ。
最高。これベースは何でしょうか？
豚骨。
豚骨。So good. Pork broth base. This is good. あ、すみません。ありがとう。はい。Some chowhan, it's fried rice. I'm stoked. 超嬉しい。ありがとうございます。
お腹空いてるからよ。
めっちゃ空いた。
でもね、
すごい美味しい。
いやいや、お腹空いてるから美味しいのよ。
ああ、そのことない。Can't talk. Eating.
After I finished eating, Shirakawa-san and I talked bikes for a while. He even walked me out to my bike because he wanted to take a look. I was blown away by his hospitality. What an amazing man. With my stomach full from the ramen and the fried rice, I decided to forego shopping and just grab a beer from the convenience store. I wanted to get back to the campsite and enjoy the sunset. It looked like it'd be spectacular.
We made it. Yes, we made it. Let's set up tent. Look where we are. It's the Amakusa Islands. Check that out. It's just islands and islands. Ocean's right there. Okay, good morning. It's day 5. So we're gonna head up to a shrine on top of a mountain now. Day 5, kicking off with what looks like might be a very cool mountain ride. Getting right up the top here. Look at this elevation, it's insane. Oh, I can see the shrine. Alright, that was epic. What a beautiful spot. What a great way to start the day. I'm stoked I came up here.
But I really enjoyed the challenge yesterday of trying to find ramen without a map. It took me back to when I was younger, when Google Maps didn't exist.
Yeah, baby. Oh, I've been waiting for this.
It was time for me to get back on the road and track down that waterfall. It was the last piece of the puzzle to finish this 5-day trip. Now, I decided, like yesterday, not to go ahead and use Google Maps to find a waterfall. But I decided I would drop a pin up in this ravine on the map. Somewhere up there in the ravine had to be a river, and that meant there had to be a waterfall. I would just use the maps to get me through all this urban sprawl I was stuck in.
You see, that's what I saw. I saw there's a ravine with a river in it on the maps, and sort of put a pin in, I think, a fair bit further up. That's a weir. It's not a waterfall, but I mean, it's falling water. It's just falling over concrete. I can't count that. We may end up riding this road, find a waterfall, and wrap up the video there. So I think that would be a sweet ending if we can find a waterfall. But it's got to be a good one. I don't want to find like some lackluster waterfall. It's got to be something that makes me just want to go, wow. This is the GB's heavenly place, man. We're going to be a little bit wary about cars coming in the opposite direction, especially coming downhill. They'll be carrying speed. Might blow some dust off my horn on this one. Ooh, the back tire skipped out then. Yeah, there's some gravel on it. Super technical, super fun. That's kind of a waterfall. But it's not spectacular, so. Fuck! Sorry about that. They just came right at me and almost took me out then. I think what blew me away about that was that they saw me. I think they saw me. They may not. They must be fucking doing something else. But instead of like trying to swerve a little wider than their line, they just turned in tighter on their line right into me. Alright, that's done. Fucking hell, almost got killed. Alright, shake it off. Man, I thought I was gonna get sent straight to the barrier then. Just sandwiched in. That was close. Oh man, that was close. That was closer than I'm comfortable with, to be honest, guys. I've had the other ones that have been close as well, but that one felt like I was about to get killed.
Oh, fuck it. I'm good.
Okay, so a quick situation update. I've had a chance to calm down a little bit. I'm ready to keep riding. Man, that was so close. They clipped the mirror hit the back of my bike on this little bag here. Just scuffed it up a little bit. I think if they'd hit me any harder, I was gonna go over that barrier. I would have gone over that barrier and into the ravine, I think. All right, fuck it. We're gonna get back on the road, keep going. I gotta find a waterfall now, even more so. I wanna go chill at a waterfall. Look at this scene. I feel like I could be in like Alaska or Canada right now. Just checking all the little signs on the side of the road. Hey, it says waterfall. The word for waterfall in Japanese is haki. Sometimes you'll see a big sign, it'll say falls or whatever, but a lot of times you'll get these tiny little signs that just have the kanji on them. So it's the best way to find waterfalls is to just keep an eye on those little signs. There's got to be something up here. I mean, we're up in the mountains. There's rivers running all over the place. There's a car coming. Okay, what do we got on this sign here? Oh, waterfall! 16 kilometers. Yep, 10 kilometers down this way. Oh, I hear something. I hear something that sounds like a waterfall. There's definitely a lot of water flowing down here. This way. It said 6K, so I'm guessing it's not down that road. Oh, we got another sign. Okay, what's this one say? Okay, that's just a township sign. Okay, so it says the waterfall name, but it doesn't have an arrow or anything, so let me flip up the helmet so I can hear better. Okay, I can hear something. Surely this is not what it brought me here, to look at the view of some trees. It's got to be down there. Alright, let's continue up. See if we can find something up the road. Ah, there it is! Ah, I saw it! Okay. Hopefully this road will wind around. What's this say? Ah, shit, it's a hiking, I think. I think we got a hike. Oh man, it's a big waterfall. Okay. Sendan Todoroki Taki, ここから2 キロ先. Okay, so looking at this sign here. My Japanese, I can speak and understand well enough, but I don't read fluently. But what I'm getting from this is that it says from here 2 kilometers down the road, there is a parking lot that's a paid parking lot for this waterfall. But if you go ahead from here and walk in, you get the good stuff. You get the real deal. So I'm thinking that means if we hike in from here, we get to go to the basin, which is what I want to go. I don't want to sit up top and just look at it from a wooden deck. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hike it in. We've got a little bridge. The water looks amazing. Look at this water. Oh, this is gorgeous. And it's just one beautiful spot after another. Look at that. That is the waterfall up there. That is spectacular. We're done. Kumamoto in 5 days, baby. What an epic way to finish. This waterfall is insane. I love it. Man, it's been an awesome journey. I've had the most amazing time, and thank you for joining. If you like the episode, please subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Share it around, and I'll see you on the next episode of Project 47. Episode 4 coming up. Yeah, baby. Woo-hoo! Man, I'm so happy right now.
In the next episode, we visit Oita Prefecture. I'm on a new bike for some wild camping and mountain roads, and some really cool coastlines. Hit the link here to check it out now. Thank you for watching. Please drop a comment and let me know what you thought. And as always, happy riding, folks.
Oh, what a fun road.